friends! Here I am again with my wet hair. So at least you know I'm clean. I had like a really good stint in time where I was reading like 2 books a week, 2 or 3 actually, and I have slowed down, but for good cause, of course. I am writing so much right now, and reading and writing kind of flip-flop. I had a summer fling with reading. Oh, those summer nights. We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I read her a lot in college, and I expected a lot going into this. She's very good at the whole ugly characters and like disturbed, strange, very subtle, almost mundane kind of things that just turn out to be kind of crazy. It did not hook me at any point. At no point did I really care about the characters. An 18-year-old girl named Mary Cat and her sister Constance and their uncle Julian. And so everyone has some sort of mental disorder, but you don't know who's the craziest. They live in this village and everyone hates them for some reason. Everyone like is rude to them and mean, and it's just very strange. I had a really hard time kind of grasping this nastiness that was unexplained. I think 6 or 7 years ago, their whole family was poisoned with arsenic at dinner. And Constance was actually the one that they thought did it because she's the one who cooks and everything. They're like shut-ins basically. And Mary Cat to me acts like an 11-year-old girl. She's always talking about living on the moon, and she's talking about wishing everyone was dead. She's very strange. I guess I just didn't really care for her, so I didn't care what happened to anybody. Very slow. There's nothing dramatic that happens. Every review that I read was like, do you want something like twisty and like terrifying and dark and scary and stuff? And I'm like, have you read Edgar Allan Poe? Let's let that be the standard. I did give it 3 stars just because it's Shirley Jackson and the writing is phenomenal. But this book, it did not deliver for me. It took me several days to get through it, even though it was very short. Next one. I really enjoyed this book. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. That is her real name, I believe. And I hope I'm saying her name right. This book is very cute. It is basically, it's a young adult book, and it is about this girl who, she writes basically Harry Potter fan fiction. She just started her first year of college. She's very smart. She has a really big following online. I don't know anything about fan fiction other than 50 Shades of Grey is Twilight fan fiction, and The Mortal Instruments is Harry Potter fan fiction. She has a twin sister, and they decided to go off to college together. They live in Nebraska. The main character, her name is Cather, and her twin sister's name is Wren. Cather Wren? She's called Cath throughout the book, so it didn't bother me. All I kept thinking was a catheter every time I heard her name, and I was like, she has a lot of growing experiences throughout her first year, which, I mean, most people understand because your first year of college is a huge one. When the roommate has this boyfriend who is the cutest guy. He's the cutest guy, like, in fiction that I read so far. He is so cute. His personality is very friendly and just smiley and nice and polite. Pretty much perfect, we'll say. Okay. He's always around, but she doesn't think much about him because she thinks, oh, my roommate's boyfriend. Even though her roommate is always, like, dating a bunch of guys, so she's like, this is a little weird. This guy's name is Levi, and he ends up being the love interest for Kath. Her dad is manic depressive, and he ends up in the hospital at some point. Her sister kind of goes on a crazy, like, binge drinking. She ends up in the hospital with alcohol poisoning at some point. Their mother left them when they were in, I think, 3rd grade is what it said. So I think why it's so hooking is they're not characters. You don't think of them as, oh, this character. You think about this person, and you think, oh my God, I really wish this person was real and that I knew them, you know? The most emotional part of this book. One night, she's reading to Levi because he has this weird ADD issue or something. So she's reading a book to him because he has a test the next day. So she pretty much reads a whole book in one night to him so that he doesn't fail. They end up falling asleep. They kiss right before they fall asleep together. Like a few days later, he keeps trying to invite her to this party of his, okay, at his house. The last minute she decides to go. She keeps telling him no, and she's like shrugging him off, and she's not sure how she feels about everything. So then they show up and they're looking for him. They find him in the kitchen and he is kissing this other girl. No, you stupid boy. Stupid boy. I don't like when boys do stupid things. It's so emotional because if you've ever really liked a guy and he's done something like that, he kisses you and then he goes and kisses another girl, that is heartbreaking. Ah. So they walk in on him kissing this girl, so she just walks out. She's like, nope. They don't talk for like a month. They finally talk about it, and then he's stupid like a boy. When she asks him about it, you know, he kind of panics and he's like, oh, it was just a kiss. You know, we just kissed and the girl was just a kiss, you know, it's nothing. So she's very hurt. And then it takes another few weeks before they talk again, and she finally forgives him. The relationship with her and Levi is the glue to the book. It's what's It's what really, I think, transforms her, and you see the vulnerable side of her. I was like sitting there crying, you know? And it was, I mean, it's not real. Oh my God, this poor girl, because you understand what it feels like to be like broken about a boy, you know? It's just so funny because I did not expect to have that reaction. I'm sitting here reading this little 18-year-old like kissing a boy and then catching him kissing another girl, and it's like, poor thing. I gave it 5 stars. If you were looking for basically a feel-good, coming of age, fun, very likable characters, just really relatable everything, I think, especially for women. Looking back on yourself and being like, oh my God, I remember when I was like a little 18-year-old cutie, you know? All these little emotional things happening. Fangirl, I highly recommend. Very cute. I wish I could think of something like this. Okay, there you go. So that's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. 5 stars.